An early season trade starts off this episode as we acquire a man that could hopefully help us push ourselves into the playoffs in Trent Grisham. We trade up 3 guys, 2 prospects, 1 Zach Lowe, I don't really know how to say his name, but he was kind of the odd man out in our pitching prospect rotation. Blaze Jordan, we picked him up a few years ago from the Red Sox. He just has not been good in minor leagues, and with Tolia coming up and being good, we just got to trade him off. Hopefully it could be a change of scenery thing for him. And then Kevin Kiermeier, a man who we signed for a 1-year deal to play center field, not be the best bat, and he was not the best bat so far. He was basically trade bait this whole year anyway, and we send all 3 of them to San Diego, who were willing to give up Trent Grisham, who is off to a hot start here. They have 2, I guess they have Michael Taylor, now they have Kevin Kiermeier, 2 veterans there, and they also have Robert Hassel playing center field. So Trent Grisham kind of was just blocking prospects, while the other 2 guys, they're not really going to block anyone, seeing as Kiermeier's on a 1-year deal. I believe Michael Taylor was also on a 1-year deal with no team control, so Hassel would basically be up next year, where Trent Grisham had another year of team control. So they just shipped him off. We took him off to a hot start here, and he's going to be our everyday center fielder. He's basically a better bat version of Kevin Kiermeier, so we take that as an upgrade. As well as another update to the lineup, Brian Mata was not good at the start of the year. He had like a 6 ERA. He was getting demolished every day. We send him to AAA and call up Michael McGreevy to the MLB, as we wanted a change in scenery there for Brian Mata. We stay here at the Oakland Coliseum as we face AL West matchup, or I guess rival, the Los Angeles Angels here, as it's Michael McGreevy's first start of the year. It's also Trent Grisham's debut, as well as Mickey McDonald. You can see it's a split series right now. We're looking to try to win the series, as here's Michael McGreevy's stats. And the 6 starts he had last year was not great. And you will see here, first batter of the day, it is a rookie that I think is Rosales. I'm not sure how he says his name. But he gets his first MLB base hit right here on a rip right up the middle on the 4th pitch of the day. So he gets his first major league hit. And next batter up would be David Fletcher, and Rosales would go for a steal and a wild pitch on a swing and a miss. He'd get his first career stolen base. A quick start for this youngster here in this game. You can check here the starting lineup for the Angels, 1 through 9. Their best player is Anthony Rendon. You can see no Mike Trout. I believe he has like a torn MCL. Maybe it was something else, but I want to say it was something big. He's out 5 to 6 months in this. And you can see here, Rendon flies out to center for out number 2 after a Gerald Walsh walk. And Rosales decides to go second to home on the tag up. For some reason, he's dead meat at the plate. And it is all tied up at the end of the top of the first. Reed Detmers was on the mound today for the Angels, as we look to get Trent Grisham off to a hot start here in Oakland. His first at-bat as an Athletic is a fly ball into right center field, and it would be out number 1. You will be able to see the A's lineup here, the new A's lineup updated after last episode. Obviously, we made a bunch of changes. Max Muncie batting 2 here. You can see Langoliers playing every day. Swanson's batting 8th, and Mickey McDonald at the bottom there batting 9th. We now jump to 2 outs here, where it's Austin Meadows ripping one up the middle for a base knock. He's been developing against lefties so well in this series. His stats against lefties just keeps going up, and he's having a great year to start. We then walk with J.D. Martinez, which brings up veteran Albert Pujols, probably the only part of the lineup that will ever stay the same against lefties. Pujols grounds it in to short, who goes over to second, as that would probably be the less complicated play, and it was still hella complicated. All tied at the end of the first. We now jump over to the bottom of the second here, where it's Dansby Swanson in a 2-out, 1-2 count, and he drills one over the left center field wall, and he gets it at a 1-0 lead for Oakland on Dansby Swanson's 7th home run of the year. He's been hitting for power. He just has not been good anywhere else. But that would be the end of that inning, as Mickey McDonald would get his first career at bat at the majors, and he'd fly it into deep left field, but it is out. I believe that is Rosales out there taking the play. Now go to the top of the third, where Michael McGreevy kept wheeling and dealing. Gets a strikeout here. Might have been his first strikeout of the game, or maybe his first couple, I don't remember. He gets out for out number 2, and then Carlos Rosales lines out to Max Muncie for out number 3 to end the third inning. A's keep their 1-0 lead here, as it's back to Trent Grisham here, 3-2 count. He tries to hit one to deep left field, but it just could not get over the left fielder's head. It is out number 1 for that inning. That would be it for the bottom of the third, as nothing would happen. We jump to the top of the fourth with a runner on and 1 down. It's Rendon hitting a double play here. 4 solid innings for Michael McGreevy here, as he just keeps dealing. No runs on very little hits and very little walks allowed. Now jump to the bottom of the fifth, where it's Mickey McDonald with a runner on first, and he'd get his first career MLB hit, as he bloops one over the third base head and would get 2 runners on with nobody out here. As you can see, it's his first career hit. He's like 28 years old or 29 years old with not great potential, but he's been killing it so far in the minor leagues. So he got the call up after all the deals and the injuries. Trent Grisham would strike out, and then Max Muncie would draw a walk here on a wild pitch. So now we go to Austin Meadows, bases loaded. He'd strike out here. So now there's 2 down, and it would be JD Martinez who gets a good rip on the ball, but it's a fly out to right field, so no damage to him with the bases loaded there. And that'd end the 5th inning, and then the top of the 6th, Michael McGreevy would get out of this and work his 6th inning of work, and that would be the end of the day for him, as he worked 6 innings, no runs allowed, had a great, season debut. We now go to Kiermeier here, having a pretty good year, but every time I use him, he seems to get rocked. But in this situation, he does not, as he gets 3 straight outs here on a great slider away to get out number 3 to end the 7th. We now jump to the bottom of the 7th, where it's Trent Grisham going to get his first Oakland A hit here, as he rips it into right field. It'll go off the wall, and it would be a 2-out double for Trent Grisham. I believe it said it was like his 18th double of the year, but it's his first hit as an A. And then we go to Max Muncie, who's been doing really well this year, actually. And he rips one in the right center field, and that would also go to the wall, easily scoring Trent Grisham from second, and Muncie would get in there at second with a 2-out RBI double. That'd be all, as Austin Meadows would walk, and then JD Martinez would fly one in the right field. Good contact again. He just can't get it by that right fielder for out number 3. We then jump to the 8th, where Hunter Wood, recently called up, would make his season debut, and the first batter he faces is Michael Stefanik, who decides to rip it in the left field to the staircase. That home run pissed off Max Muncie for some reason, and it would be 2-1, as now the Athletics, or the Angels, just cut the lead in half on the Stefanik second home run of the year. Hunter Wood would work out of the rest of the inning, as Charlie Culberson will ground out to Swanson for out number 3 in the 8th here. We will then jump over to the 9th inning here, where it is Josh Hader trying to get his 17th save of the year, and he would proceed to not do that at all. He allows 2 runners on, now 3-1 count to Jared Walsh. A dribbler up to second should be an easy play, but Diaz tries to barehand it, and he misses it. Swanson doesn't back him up, and now it's a 2-2 game, as the Angels, tied on that little, they call it a base hit. Damian Richardson would come on now to try to get out of the rest of the inning. Bases loaded with 1 down, and he would proceed to do that. A 5-4-3 double play, much needed here to get out of that inning. And that end the 9th. Now in the bottom of the 9th, 1 on, 1 out, it's Trent Grisham blooping one in the left field, getting his second hit of the day. 2 speedy guys on here in the bottom of the 9th, 1 down, and we would not capitalize here, as 3-2 Max Muncie would end up hitting a 6-4-3 double play to end the inning here. And then we go to the top of the 10th, where the Angels put up more runs. Richardson here trying to work another inning. He allows an RBI double in the right center field gap, as the ghost runner here at second, or the extra inning rule, whatever it's called, He scores easily, 3-2 now, as the Angels would proceed to attack on another run here. After the double, he got advanced to third, and then a sac fly would score the runner from third, making it a 4-2 game. So now the A's are trying to tie it up. It'd be Austin Meadows, ghost runner at second in a 2-2 count. Closer Raisel Iglesias on the mound for the Angels, and Austin Meadows, no doubt shot in the right field. He ties the game again. It'd be 4-all on Meadows' 18th homer of the year. That would bring us into the top of the 11th, where the Angels would add more runs. Bases loaded situation, Gratterall, and this ball ends up getting down. One run scores easily, the other will come around and score. It would be 6-4. The Angels would tack on a 7th run later that inning on a sac fly. So the A's trying to come back, and they would proceed to not do that, as Mickey McDonald would line out ground out to second base to end the game. And the Angels pick up the extra inning win, 7-4 here against the rivals, the Oakland A's. I believe player of the game honors ends up going to Brian De La Cruz, who had 2 doubles and I think 3 of the RBIs or something like that. The win on the day goes to Raisel Iglesias, as the loss goes to Jose Alvarado. And Jose Suarez gets the save here for the Angels, his first of the year. Meadows was basically the main player of the day for us. He went 3 for 4. He had a home run, 2 RBIs. I think he had 2 singles as well. Muncie had a pretty good game, but it was all Brian De La Cruz and Michael Stefanik for the bats on that Angels team, as they pick up the win here, 7-4 in the 11th. And while I was after that game, I didn't realize it was the 2024 first year player draft. We had the 6th pick in this draft, and you can see here our draft. We picked up a left fielder in Derek Fuller, a center fielder John Diaz, catcher Pedro Castro, starting pitcher Tom Park, starting pitcher Donnie Kim, first baseman Bart Denson, and starting pitcher Brent Turnwell. You can see our first pick was a pretty good pick, a 93 potential left fielder, already a 72 overall. The rest of the draft, though, was not too good. I do sign all these guys, and then I'll kind of pick and choose after that if I want to keep them or not. Most of them were C potential. There was one D potential, and of course the A potential left fielder who was a blue chip, so he was obviously going to be A potential. Very happy to see Derek Fuller. I'm excited to see what he can do, especially since JD will not be here past next year. So maybe if he does good, he can be here within next year, if not the year after that. But guys, that would be all for this episode as I quickly scroll through the ratings of everyone here. I want to thank you guys for watching this A's franchise. I do have a bunch of videos recorded. I just got to actually edit them and commentate over them. So if it does take a couple days, I am sorry. But we are getting them out here. Guys, thank you all for watching this episode of the A's franchise, and until next time, as you see I sign everyone here, I will talk to you all later.